Ever felt the weight of a mortgage that seems insurmountable? The stress, the uncertainty, it's all too real. But here's the deal. Panicking won't solve a thing. I'm Aguinaga, your real estate broker from LJ Realties, and today I'm diving deep into a topic that hits close to home for many. What happens when you can no longer afford your mortgage? So, if you've been losing sleep over those monthly payments or finding yourself in uncharted financial waters, hit pause and listen up. I've got your back, and in this video, I'll guide you step by step on what to do when the road gets tough. Before we unravel the roadmap, remember, no panic allowed. Take a breath, because we're about to navigate through this together. Whether you're right here in the vibrant heart of Montreal or beyond, the challenges are universal, but so are the solutions. I'm committed to demystifying real estate challenges, and today, it's all about facing the mortgage crisis head on. Stay tuned for valuable insights, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. You won't want to miss what's coming your way. Now, let's dive right in. The first thing you want to do is assess your financial situation early. So what I mean by this is, what's shifted? Did you lose your job? Did you get sick? Did you not have the appropriate insurances to help you get through this? Has the cost of your mortgage gone up significantly due to a variable interest rate or something of that nature? You want to understand what's gotten you into the situation so that we can potentially make the changes right away to try and get us out of it smoothly, and if not, assess what's our best course of action. The next thing you want to do is speak to your lender right away. You'll realize that Canadian banks are usually quite forgiving, and you're going to get typically at least 3 months worth of runway, even more if you speak to them early enough and you make a plan of action to get you out of this. So you really want to focus on speaking to them. The next thing you want to do is explore your mortgage terms. A lot of the times we don't take the time to properly read all that fine print. You usually have 15, 30, 40 pages worth of that mortgage agreement, and there might be prepayment penalties, there might be other conditions that you're not aware of or at least don't remember from the time that you signed that you want to review. You want to understand if you can offer your mortgage over to somebody else so that they can take it over, and what other conditions might be included in there. Next, you want to explore some loan modification options. Through the pandemic, we saw a lot of different things happening, especially with the way interest rates went up. And you'd be surprised how forgiving or how flexible certain banks would be in order to keep you in your property as long as you put together a plan. So looking for these potential modifications could be crucial in staying in the property you have while reorganizing your payments. While going through all this, you want to see if the government has any financial plans for you. There are different programs the government offers for people going through hardship, particularly financial. And you want to make sure that you've explored all these options, because in this country, we do have the benefit of a lot of these things, but more times than not, people aren't informed and thus can't utilize them to their benefit. So when you are going through these things and you need the support, this is the time to really get informed, to learn about it, so you can take advantage of it and really benefit from the programs that exist. Next, you really want to prepare all your financial documentation. So get your notice of assessment organized for any financial statements you might have for your companies. Make sure that you have all of your paperwork when you go to the bank, which is going to be your next step. So get all that organized so that then we can look at potentially a refinance. You might just decide to refinance the loan, and there might be better options because there's better rates right now, or you might have to take a bridge loan in between. You might have to go to an alternative lender for a little bit, potentially even a private loan, depending on what your situation is. Obviously, every single case is different, but you want to make sure that you speak to a professional in order to get the best advice for your particular situation so we can get you out of the situation in the most comfortable way possible. Aligned with all this, we want to speak to as many financial professionals as possible. So you want to speak to a real estate broker, you want to speak to a financial planner, you want to speak to your banker, you want to speak to your accountant. You want to speak to everybody to get everyone's input on what the potential options are for you to make sure that you have the best options available to you. The next step that goes along with this is understand if it really does come down to it and we're going to have to foreclose on your property, what does that look like? How much time do you have to vacate? What are the financial implications? How is this going to affect your credit? How is this going to affect your stuff? What are the other conditions, ramifications? How much money can they actually go after? Is it just the mortgage balance? Is there more associated there too? What does this process look like so you can prepare for that as well if we really do have to go down that road? Through all of this, you're also going to reach out to legal departments. So you want to speak to your notaries and your trusted lawyers so they can give you the legal advice associated to how this is going to play out and what can be done to set it up to protect you as much as possible. And again, it all comes down to making this tough time as smooth as possible. While you're going through this, the next step would be to create a realistic budget for your new situation. A lot of us don't take the appropriate time to, first of all, make a budget, second of all, stick to a budget. And when you're going through financial hardship, it's the most important time to make an honest budget that you can stick to and stay on it. If you don't do this, unfortunately, you're never going to get out of the problems that you're currently having. And it doesn't matter how much goodwill you have, it's just not going to work. What's not measured is not managed. And what's not managed is not improved. So if we don't have these systems in place and are actually keeping track of these things, we're not going to be able to improve our situation. Finally, you're going to want to stay informed. We already mentioned a bunch of professionals in this video, obviously, but you're going to make sure that you speak to them on a regular basis while you're going through this. Things change, there's new programs, there might be shifts in the economy that might actually work in your favor. So speaking to everybody regularly is really going to be your best resource into having a smooth transition. Remember, Everyone's situation is unique, and the right course of action may differ. Early professional advice is key to navigating mortgage challenges effectively and aligning with your financial goals. I trust you found this video insightful. If you have questions or ideas for future topics, share them in the comments down below. Your input matters. Drop a comment with your thoughts, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you found it valuable. Subscribe for more in-depth discussions on real estate. Thanks a ton for tuning in. Your engagement makes these conversations even richer. Until next time.